Psygnosis was a British video game developer and publisher that was founded in 1984. They are well known for producing visually stunning games and unique gameplay with immersive storylines. Throughout their history, they developed to publish many games on various platforms including the Amiga, Atari ST, and PlayStation. Some of their most notable titles include Lemmings, Wipeout, and Shadow of the Beast. Psygnosis was renowned for pushing the boundaries of technology and design, making them a beloved and influential force in the video game industry during their time. So what exactly happened? Like most things, we have to start at the beginning. Psygnosis was created when Image Software closed up shop. Finch Seed, which was created by the directors of Image, tried and failed to acquire Image's assets, and all that was left went to the receivers, including the unfinished project Mega Games. Psygnosis became a limited company in 1985 and launched their first game, Bread Axis, that same year. Even though Psygnosis was a primary game publisher, they did have some games made in-house. During the early days, Psygnosis employed full-time artists, offering a third-party developer a high-quality art resource, which allowed them to maintain the quality as well. During that time, most developers were releasing identical games for both the Amiga and the Atari ST. Psygnosis decided to use the full potential of the Amiga to create technically stunning games, starting with Shadow of the Beast, which was their greatest success. In 1992, Psygnosis was asked by TV giant Nickelodeon to create games for their show Nick Arcade. In 1993, Sony paid a whopping £20 million, which comes out to about $24,907,800, to prepare for the 1995 US release of the Sony PlayStation. Psygnosis started to create games using the PlayStation as its primary reference, which three of their well-known games at the time to be Wipeout, G-Police, and Colony Wars, which were then ported to the PC and other platforms, thus marking a turning point for Psygnosis. Gone were the days of pre-rendered graphics and limited gameplay. 40 of those games were sold in Europe. Sony also benefited from acquiring Psygnosis with development kits for the PS console. Previously, Sony had published developer kits using Psycon systems. Psygnosis arranged for them to create a dev system for the PS based on cheap PC hardware. After evaluating it, Sony adopted it in 1994. All this success granted Psygnosis the funds to expand and open offices all over Europe and an office in California, with one of the offices being opened to steal disgruntled Microprose employees. Even though Sony had owned Psygnosis, Psygnosis still retained a degree of independence from Sony and continued to create games for other systems like the Sega Saturn and the Nintendo 64. This, however, didn't sit well with Sony and caused Sony to engage at SPC Woodward to try to find a buyer for Psygnosis, only to rescind his decision and tolerate Psygnosis making games for competing consoles. In 1999, Sony consolidated Psygnosis into Sony Computer Entertainment, thus making sales to be redundant, and all development teams report directly to Sony Computer Entertainment, thus changing Psygnosis to SCE Studio Liverpool. The first title from SCE was Formula 1 2001. In 2001, which was released on the PS2, the PS3, and started the Formula 1 series with 8 installments between 2001 and 2007, while Formula 1 Group license expired and no renewal was given. To keep the Wipeout series going, they created Wipeout Fusion on the PS2 and Wipeout Pure for the PSP. They both launched in 2005, and Wipeout Pulse in 2007 for the PS2 in Europe. On January 29, 2010, Sony said they were going to close Studio Liverpool, even though they were working on a new game in the Wipeout series and a motion capture game. Despite the relatively short lifespan, Psygnosis left a lasting impact on the gaming industry, and their legacy can still be seen in many games that have followed in their footsteps. Psygnosis' commitment to technological excellence, innovation, and stunning visuals helped push the boundaries of what was possible in video games, and inspired many other developers to do the same. What Psygnosis games do you remember playing? Let me know in the comments. With that, remember to mash the like button, ring that bell, and smash the subscribe button so you get the heads up on my next video. I'm Professor Retro saying peace out and stay frosty.